Welcome once again to the latest edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online, where we review the best books out there, both fiction and nonfiction, with the hope that when you go to your local bookstore, you will seek the book out and add it to your must-buy list. Now, the book this day that I'm reviewing is Mrs. Plansky's Revenge by Spencer Quinn. This is published by Forge Books, and it retails for $35.99. Spencer Quinn is the pen name for Peter Abrahams, a very talented author who has given us great series of books, especially the Chet and Bernie series. That is the crime-solving dog and his master, and there are over a dozen books in that series, and they're all bestsellers. Well, you could call Mrs. Plansky's Revenge a doggone great book because it's a book that's not long. It's under 300 pages, but when you read about Mrs. Loretta Plansky, you fall in love with her and you just have to find out what happens next. Well, the book is based around real life phone scams where people, strangers would call and say that they are an elderly person's grandson and he's in trouble with the law and he needs, 5, 10, whatever, thousands of dollars so he can get out of jail, and please don't tell my parents and this and that. Well, it has unfortunately happened to dozens of trusting elderly people. And this book revolves around that. When Mrs. Plansky is called in the middle of the night, supposedly by her grandson Will, who is in jail. He has an impaired driving charge, and to get out of jail, he needs close to $10,000. Well, Mrs. Plansky, being a kind, caring woman, wants her grandson Will out of jail. So she not only sends the money, wires it, but she also gives him the password to her bank accounts. Well, not realizing that it's a scam, the next day she gets calls from the bank and her financial people that all her money is gone, and it's close to $3 million. So the FBI is involved, and they tell her it's not very likely she's going to get her money back or see a penny of it. So, but she finds out that the scam comes from Romania, in a little town called Alba Gamina. So she decides to fly there, and she wants to see if she can get to the heart of the situation. There are people there who are helping, the FBI, and they tell her that they're going to do her best, and they basically give her a ticket to fly back to the States. Well, she says she's going to fly back, but she leaves at the airport. She's going to do her own investigation. And when Mrs. Plansky sets her mind to something, look out, world. She meets two people there, Dinu and Romeo, a computer expert. They are part of the scam. And they are working, Dinu's uncle, Dragomir, is the head of the brains. I don't know if he's got a lot of brains considering what he's doing, but he's at the heart of the scams. And so she sort of befriends Dinu and Romeo, and she does her own investigation, and she stumbles upon the area where they do their scam work. And so she does talk to Dinu and Romeo, and she sort of convinces them that this is not good, that they're being taken advantage of because Uncle Dragomir is making them live in squalor-like conditions. So let's just say there is a happy ending, and Mrs. Plansky wins the battle, but you are totally enamored with the character, and I would think that Spencer Quinn is going to bring Mrs. Plansky back for another go-round, and we can hardly wait because she's definitely someone who you adore, and this book is very quick reading, Mrs. Plansky's Revenge. So if you go to your local bookstore, have a look for the book. And I think you're going to like what you see, and you're going to like what you read. So hopefully you enjoyed the review. Please let me know if you did or you didn't. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so and tell your book-loving friends about it as well. So until we meet again, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Bye for now.